Wait, what was your major?
Journalism.
Oh shit. This room is fucked. Oh shit, did I fart? It's literally called the most regretted college majors. We're breaking stereotypes every day. Haru came up and Haru was like, Dad, everybody at my school is doing like the love, love, love thing. And I'm like, really? Please change the password on all our analytics or YouTube Studio apps because Two Cuts is looking at our Hey Tablo stats and he's making fun of me. He's like, Epicaz is doing millions of views per episode. I saw you hit 100K. Congratulations. Did you pay off the mic yet?
Rude.
We haven't, which is crazy.
Hey, Tablo.
There's a strange phenomenon that has occurred recently called the love, love, love 역주행 phenomenon. To explain, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, EPIK HIGH has this song called Love, Love, Love. We dropped it 19 years ago. It's suddenly having this huge resurgence on the charts in Korea. Over here, we call that 역주행, which is sort of like driving the wrong way. But it's a good thing. It's not in that dangerous way. Never drive the wrong way, okay? A good example for audiences in the US or elsewhere would be Weeknd's Die For You. That song was a huge hit on socials about a year to 2 years ago, but the song actually came out much earlier. I actually really liked that song when that album dropped, but it had other hits on it, so a lot of people weren't even aware of the song. And then a couple of years later, it suddenly started shooting up the charts and became this huge hit. And that's exactly what a 역주행 is. This happened to Love, Love, Love recently. And at first, I was completely confused why this was happening. And to be honest, at first, I thought it was a joke. I thought like maybe there were like 10 people that liked it and they were saying that, it's having a moment. But Haru came up and Haru was like, Dad, everybody at my school is doing like the love, love, love thing. And I'm like, really? I searched it and it wasn't even the dance from the original performance. It was like a new dance. But everybody was doing it, right? So I was like, this is strange. Like why would these kids who are younger than the song be dancing to Love, Love, Love all of a sudden? So really popular idol groups doing dances to the Love, Love, Love. Was that my stomach or yours?
It was Rosemary.
That was yours, right? Okay. You're getting old when you don't know if some sound is from you or from someone else. Like there are times where I'm with EPIK HIGH and I kid you not, someone will fart and I'll be sitting there like, oh shit, did I fart? I'm not saying you farted. Anyways, so all these popular idol groups started doing it, and obviously it became a bigger thing. And then the song started shooting up the charts. And at the moment, I think it's in like the top 5 on certain charts. It's in top 10 on certain charts. It's up there. Obviously, I appreciate it. I mean, I wrote the song 20 years ago in a room by myself. I didn't know if it was gonna become a hit. A year later, when it came out, it became this huge hit, and it was like used in a cell phone commercial, and it was everywhere. But then 2 decades is a long time, right? So our fans kept loving the song, and we always perform it. But obviously, it's out of like the public psyche, right? Especially amongst like Gen Z or younger people. I never expected like Haru's age, Gen Alpha, to be listening to Love, Love, Love. But 2 decades later, some high school dance team, I think dance crew on Instagram. I'm not sure. Like they might be on TikTok. I don't really know. I still don't know. I'm still confused why this is happening. But I think they made the cute dance to it and then posted it, and then it sort of just caught fire and everybody started doing it. Another song of ours called Fan is seeing sort of the same uptick right now because there's this dance that we do to our song Fan, where we run, right? It's
It's not really a challenge.
yeah, I'm not ready to call it a challenge yet because so here's the thing. It's this running dance thing, right? Which is the if you like us, it looks cool. If you aren't an Epic High fan, it looks hilariously bad, right? And I can't yet call it a challenge because I'm not sure if they're dancing to it or like making fun of us. Like to be honest, I'm not so sure yet, but it's moving up the charts. So it's it's interesting. Both of those songs are from the same album, and both of them are 19 years old. And then this is happening. So I don't know how to give my thoughts on it. I don't know like if it's something that needs a think piece or anything, but I've seen certain people write things like the young generation these days, they are more enamored by 90s or 2000. We're 2000s music, right? 2000, that was like that song came out 2000 if it's 19 years ago. Okay, it's quick math. Somebody do math. 2026 minus 19. 2007. 2006? 7. 7. Is it 7?
2006.
Comment your answer right now. What is it? What is
2006. Why are we
26 now, though.
No, it's not 2006. 2026 minus 19 is 2007.
I kept thinking it's
Wow.
2025.
We have 3 Asians in here and we couldn't figure out 2026 minus 19. We're breaking stereotypes every day.
Clap, clap.
Hey, Tablo breaks stereotypes. I don't think why 역주행 or these surprise things happen is the important thing. The important thing is that what you work hard on at a certain point in life, like your daily grind, has a way of surprising you when it bears fruit. 19 years later, I am here thinking that, oh, it's a good thing I worked hard on that album. Oh, it's a good thing I made that song.
Do you think good art or good music will always get the attention that it deserves, like regardless to time?
I mean, these days I would say that even bad music, I think bad music has an advantage sometimes, right? Because of its memeability. Um, Case in point, Fan. I'm not saying the song is bad. The song is great, but that dance is like objectively bad. And people are making fun of it, which is why it's suddenly doing well. I feel like be it music, be it in like film, anything that is meant to be discovered, like be it because it's good or bad, if it's meant to get attention, I think eventually it does. I also think one of the reasons why this happens to Epic High a lot, like a lot of our songs have had this kind of resurgence. It's not because we're like, our music is so good, you know? They're, objectively speaking, it's pretty good. But what I mean is, there's a lot of good music out there. And a lot of good songs don't get rediscovered the way some of our songs have recently. It's not because our songs are like objectively better than someone else's songs. I think it's because there are so many songs that we put out. We were very consistent and we just kept at it. Of course, we're going to have more of a shot at one of these songs having a resurgence later. And I think in the same way, like MrBeast, I saw this podcast where he was saying like he got no views for like the first 10 years, but he just kept posting because it was just something he loved to do. And it was just part of life, right? He wasn't grinding so that it would pay off later. He was just grinding just to grind, right? But if he gave up after the first year or two because no one's watching, or if Epic High stopped putting out music because, you know, we weren't doing well with our first album or our second album, our third album was the hit. People don't know that we had 2 tries at it and failed. Our first 2 albums, like no one cared. So if we gave up after our second album, or if MrBeast gave up after his like 29th video, we would never have seen the fruits we could bear later. So I don't believe that all grind gets rewarded later. But I believe that if you are working consistently every day with true passion, at some point it will get noticed. And it might happen 2 years from now, it might happen 2 weeks from now, it might happen 19 years from now, just like love, love, love. I'm not going to go to the metaphor of like this, even if it's not just about art or just about like creating something, like even relationships between people. You never know, like 19 years later, the person you hated might save your life or might become your closest friend or might become your lover. Like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to like expand that far, but I'm going to go there. Okay? Love, love, love is proof that the world works in seriously mysterious ways and is really good at surprising you. So like if you if you feel hopeless or if you feel like giving up, just know that at some point it will bear fruit. Trust me, it will. Just keep at it. Someone's still going to be like, "Oh, it's easy for you to say, Tablo." You know how fucking hard it was? If you are thinking to yourself, "Oh, it's easy for you to say, Tablo," just don't listen to my podcast. This is unrelated, but I saw this poll and it was interesting. So I'm going to share it with you. I didn't even know these polls existed. I don't know why they do, actually. It's literally called the most regretted college majors. Usually you would have like the most popular college majors so that people who are going to apply to college like can make a decision, right? They can get some help, like, what's better for the future. But the most regretted college major poll exists. And this is the most recent one. And let me just say, my major is on it.
I'm pretty sure my major is on it too.
What was your major? Wait, what was your major?
Journalism.
Oh shit. This room is fucked. Oh my god, this room is we're in a terrible situation. We have a journalism major, a communications major, a music major, and me, an English lit major. We are not gonna do well here.
Top 10.
Okay, I'm about to tell you the top most regretted college majors, and we are not gonna fare well here. Whose heart am I gonna break first? English lit, my major, actually did pretty well. Is number 10 on the top 10 most regretted college majors. I'm doing pretty well here. Okay? Communications is number 4. Wow. And journalism, number 1. Most regretted. 87% of journalism grads apparently regret having spent 4 years studying that. Communication, 64%. 52% of English lit majors regret it. And I also have a master's in lit. So I'm like, on my tour, there's this guy named Bobo who's my photographer. Like, just one day after one of the shows, we're on the bus and it was like a quiet moment. And Bobo's like, "Blow, by the way, what did you major in college?" And I was like, "English lit." And he's like, "He majored in lit." That was actually the first and only time someone has complimented me for having majored in lit. Like, that was the only time it was validated.
You took that as a compliment.
Yeah, I was like, thank you. Because it was the only time someone wasn't like, "What was your major?" And I'm like, "English lit." And they're like, "Oh." Conversely, here's the least regretted majors. Take a guess.
It's gonna be engineering.
Oh.
Okay,
It's gonna be
engineering. Yes, 71% would choose that again. Engineering. Anyone else?
Medical degree.
Business.
Nursing and healthcare, yes, is here. Business is here. Computer science, obviously, is number 1. I mean, not very surprising, right? When I graduated at Stanford, every major graduates has their graduation ceremony in a different location. And you guys went with me for the YouTube thing, so like the Memorial Church, that is the centerpiece of Stanford, right? That is like the hallmark of the whole campus. So that is the most coveted place, and they give it to the English lit majors. The reason, apparently, is because it's going to be the last time we're in the best place
Oh gosh.
in our lives, right? So they give the best location to the English lit majors. It's the high point of our lives. The last last high point. And then the like engineering, computer science, or business majors, like the entrepreneurs, they are in a relatively shitty place because it's only looking up from there, right? So that just says everything about like what people think. But here's the interesting thing. So recently, when we went to Stanford, I had a dinner with some of my friends, and literally 99.9% of my friends are at like Google or something. They're all like tech people, right? They all majored in computer science. The 0.1%, I don't want to talk about. Arrested for drugs and stuff. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is everybody did really well. So we're having dinner. They, the rest of them obviously work in the same field. So, they'll have more stuff to talk about, right? And here's me, like the English lit guy, K-pop rapper. I'm just there for like comic relief. Anyways, they're talking, and the conversation was about how computer science majors are fucked. They were saying how their companies aren't hiring computer science majors anymore because of like AI, and how the first thing it's able to replace really well is coding. So a lot of these computer science majors are having a hard time finding jobs, like relatively hard time, right, compared to before. So I was listening to the convo, and what's interesting is I was at a different place at a different time. It was for like this. There was this CEO of a gaming company, and he was talking about how English lit majors are like the hottest, most coveted people currently in the job market in tech. Because what's happened is every brand and company now needs storytelling like crazy. Not just for their socials, but like for their brand identity, to communicate the product. No matter what they sell, they could be selling carrots, but they still need a story. They still need a way to communicate it where their carrots are better, right? So apparently, like even gaming companies have like a team led by an English lit major because they need better stories for their games, like internal stories for the game, like world building. Apparently they have a world building division
Wow.
where because the worlds inside games are like so important, right? They probably try to get like the engineers to write it. And the engineers were probably like sitting in a room, and they're like, "Oh, what if the orc? I guess the orc goes to the castle and then like takes over the castle." And then someone's like, "That's not a fucking story, bro. Like something more needs to happen." And they're like, "Then maybe like on the way to the castle, they visit like a fortress of an enemy, they destroy it, and then go to the castle." No, it has to have like drama. It has to have like inspiration. You don't get it? And then someone's like, "God, can someone bring in, that guy over there in the smallest room? That guy's like an English lit major." Brought him in, and he's like, "Here's what we're gonna do here." The orc was actually the son of the king. And then everyone's like,
Immediately.
"Where are these incredible thoughts coming from?" I thought that was just the guy in the corner room that we had locked up. This kid is a genius. My whole idea of English lit majors has changed. So I guess they started hiring more of these people to build worlds, right? Because you're not gonna, obviously an English lit major is gonna be better than an engineer at world building, right? That's all they're doing. I mean, building little worlds in their minds. What are you doing today? I don't know. Hey, don't you have anywhere to go? Not today. And then I'm like sitting at home like, what if I was a king? So obviously we're better. Okay? Communications, journalism, music, highly important in video games. I'm saying it's our turn now. English lit majors, biology majors, political science and government majors, medical assisting majors, marketing majors, education majors, communications majors, liberal arts majors, sociology majors, journalism majors, and music majors.
Thank you.
Our grind is slowly being rewarded in the most unexpected ways. Who knew that these IT companies, these tech companies, these video game companies, these social media companies need storytellers? So the 4 years in college or 2, and then the decades after that where we didn't know what to do with the majors wasn't spent in vain. The daydreaming we did, as our friends bought homes, as our friends talked about their stock options, as our friends like went to these parties exclusively for them that we didn't even want to go to, but as they were talking about IPOs and acquisitions and cashing out, and like as they were in like St. Bart's fucking vacationing every other week, all those days that we sat on our couch, our friend's couch,
Oh god.
writing little raps and like trying to figure it out and like daydreaming about like a different path. All of that daydreaming is now valuable. It's a commodity now that they want, but engineers can't have. It's our time now. So all those people regretting these majors, our grind will pay off. By the way, the fact that we have a journalism major and a music major and a communications major and a English lit major is probably why we have the best podcast, like it's soon to be the best podcast in the world, right? And also our EPIK High channel, the reason why we have a really popular show is probably because, all of us are we have no engineers. We have no one thinking logically or making rational decisions or able to like budget things out or schedule things out. We have no one who's able to fix a problem we have with our YouTube channel. Like none of us have the technical know-how to fix any problem beyond the content. And I think that's one of the reasons why we're doing so well. Do you know the sushi chef like 3 years for the rice thing? So you know how like the apprenticeship of a sushi chef, like to become a master chef, like you will not believe this. They for 2 to 3 years, apparently, I'm not sure if this is like completely verified, but apparently for 2-3 years they just work on the rice. I'm not sure if this is right, but I've also seen a documentary where a dude was working on just getting the seaweed ready for like 2 years, which is crazy for people who are not in that world to see, right? Because like 3 years for rice, like just making the rice for like, so basically there's this guy who's qualified enough to be hired by this famous, sushi place, but he's moved up and now he's allowed to make rice, prepare rice, but he has to do it for 3 years. Like for 3 years, he comes home, his wife is like, "How was today?" Rice. Next day he comes home, he's like, what happened today at the place? I made rice. Month later, goes to a reunion. "Hey, what are you working on?" "Rice." Year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, rice. I was making rice. 365, I'm making rice. Okay. And apparently, if you get through that grueling 3-year grind, you get to move on. And now you're like working on eggs for like 5 years. Okay. But it's like, it's a crazy amount of discipline. So I looked up why you need such a long time with the rice. Like I get it. I get rice is important, but like why you need like 3 years? Like why can't you, like 6 months seems enough? But I looked it up, and apparently because the rice is so important. You know, sushi doesn't the meaning of sushi has nothing to do with fish. It's actually rice. So good sushi is about the rice, right? When we have good sushi, it's not about what's on top. It's about the foundation, the rice. So only after like this grueling 2-3 year disciplined grind are you able to do it so instinctively that you never have a bad piece of sushi, right? And a master chef needs to give a consistent, great dish, great piece of sushi to his customers, right? And only after this kind of training can you do it without a thought. Where you might have some problems sometimes because of the fish, but your rice will never be bad. I think that's sort of like been my philosophy as well. If you just keep working on the rice, if you just keep on the grind, and if you just don't lose your passion as you grind every day for like this I don't even know how many days, right? At some point, that becomes the reason why you're getting a Michelin star, or like why you're having a documentary made about you. I think it's like the idea of well, I'm not a finance major, but I'm an English lit major, but compound interest, right? Interest building on top of interest, right? So it just keeps growing. It just keeps growing bigger and bigger the more you work at it. So just as I did with music, and just as these sushi chefs have to do, I think eventually the grind gets rewarded in unexpected ways. I think what I'm trying to say is that everything is a waste of time until it isn't. Everything feels like this is just headed for a dead end. This is gonna get me nowhere, right? You might be somebody on, like, you might have an Instagram account that you're trying to like, blow up, but you've been posting every day for like 3 years and it's not happening. But you just don't know when somebody is gonna repost it and then your whole meme channel blows up. Like, do you know that meme where like there's like a drawing of a guy like digging underground? He's just like one more step away from like the jewels or the diamonds, but he quits and comes back. Of course, sometimes you're just gonna keep digging and it's gonna lead nowhere. But you will never know unless you keep digging, is what I'm saying. It's like everything feels like a waste of time until it isn't. And sometimes it takes like 19 years, just like with the case with Love, 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 to realize that, all the work you put in wasn't for naught. So, these days, like the economy and the world itself is not on easy mode. It's not on sane mode. So even in our daily lives, at our jobs, at our passions, at the things that we work on every day, in our families, like our, friendships, our relationships, I think it all weighs down on us and can make what you do every day feel like a useless grind, like a hopeless grind. What I talked about today, I'm in no way am I trying to provide answers. I don't have answers. Like if I had the answers, I wouldn't have majored in literature. Hopefully, even though these aren't the answers, hopefully some of the stuff I talked about, like something in there, just you can take something from it and feel like it's not useless, that it's not hopeless. Please share, subscribe, follow, rate, review on all the Hey Tablo channels everywhere, okay? Because Two Cuts is watching.
Hey Tablo,